All right, Drake Interplanetary's Kraken Privateer, a variant of the Kraken. You know, the pirate in me goes, yar, and the trader in me goes, yeah. Like, I'm very mixed here. I'm very mixed about this. You can see the schematics as they break it down here. The area that used to be the cargo areas on the Kraken are now being converted into essentially a space mall. 10 shops, 2 which are private. Those private ones can be used to sell more unsavory commodities, and the best part is security can't find their way to take the goods, which is excellent. Each shop, according to a massively overpowered article, can have up to 189 SCUs of space. It's pretty considerable. And there's also 10 hab units where your NPC can camp out, and these NPCs are then assigned to work at those shops that essentially you own. You own this space mall. You'll also be able to choose the shop type. You'll be able to buy stock for those shops and set profit margins. Price setting in terms of margin? Wait a second. There's our answer for short term on power of pricing for trader. We will not be able to directly place buy and sell orders with your own price. Discouraging for true industrialist gamers and traders. However, this is very early stages economy 1.1, I'm calling it. And at the very least, we are able to set margins. Let's continue the fight for the power of pricing we truly want as industrialist players and get that voice out there, guys. They also mentioned that the Banu merchant will work the same way, and I'm excited about this for gamers that we get to own shops through these ships. But now, since we've gone over all the facts, let's talk about 2 problems I see here which need to be discussed and that nobody is talking about. First off, and this is huge, discoverability. You know, you got these very large space malls, and yes, they're very considerably large ships, both this Kraken Privateer and the Banu Merchantman, but how in the hell are people going to find you in the verse? The only thing I can think of at this moment is that you're going to have to basically park around a planet for people to find you, and that's going to be hard to do if you're not being able to broadcast some type of signal out to everybody that, hey, I'm here, I'm a shop, and I'm trying to sell my wares. So there needs to be an easy way to find these types of ships, which then brings about that issue of like, wait a second, now I'm not feeling so safe anymore because I've got tons and tons of product on this ship and everybody knows where I'm at. So there's the catch-22. So now that you're discoverable and we found a way to kind of make your ship discoverable, now everybody knows how to where to go if they want to gank you. So this is like a pretty big issue that no one's talking about, and I think this discussion needs to be happening because it's a pretty big problem considering this is a $1,700 concept sale and it's already sold out. People have already bought this. So, you know, I don't want people to be stuck with lemons. I mean, it's a great idea in theory, but in practice might not work so well. So, you know, to everybody out there that you know, got behind the Kraken, I understand, you know, you're industrialists, you want to get out there and you want to sell, but I think it would be much safer to do these types of activities on a planet. Now, that brings us to our next kind of problem I want to talk about, which is, will we be able to do this planet side? Because to me, it seems like this would be much safer to do planet side if they open these types of, if they made this concept like we're seeing here, where you're seeing these habs and these NPCs essentially you've hired, you've brought in to work your shops in the ship. Can we not just section out areas of planet that are for players that are interested in this kind of practice, and how practical then is it going to be? Will people eventually just go to the NPC shops? Because we don't have power of pricing, we have power of margin setting. So that's going to be very difficult to compete in a market where NPCs have shops as well. If we can't set price, but we can set margin, every shop will be a little bit bland in terms of variable pricing. So these are some serious issues that need to be talked about that I do not see happening anywhere. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. I really think this brings about a lot more questions than solves them, and this is kind of the way of Star Citizen sometimes. It's very frustrating because then I say to myself, wait a second, we've opened up Pandora's box This brings about a lot more questions in terms of the economy as well than I would have liked to see. So, like, you know, as excited as I was with CitizenCon and everything that was shown to us by Tony and Jake on the economic panel with that wonderful presentation, now, you know, these types of ship sales and what they're presenting here brings about a lot more problems. So I would love to see you guys talk it out below in the comments, and please share it, because I think this is a discussion worth having in the community, especially for those that are interested in economic gameplay. Thanks everybody for watching here today, and I will see you on the next vid. Today's video has been brought to you by the generous patrons of DG360 who make continued content possible. DG360 patrons enjoy monthly giveaways like Star Citizen packages, Steam gift cards, and any game that you want giveaways. Please consider donating $1 if in any way you enjoy DG360 content. And these difficult times where independent content creation is under attack from the FTC and left to die by YouTube, it's nice to know that I'm appreciated.